Hey guys, welcome. In this lecture, we are going to be able to integrate Firebase. Okay, now what you have to do is to head up to your browser, and over here, we are just going to search for Firebase. And you can see we have this first link over here, which says firebase.google.com. And what you have to do is to click on it. Okay, and over here you can see we have this button which says go to console, and you just have to click on this. Okay, and you can see I have some project over here, and over here we have this add project. Now click on this add project, and over here I'm going to call this project Maclay dash multi dash store. You can basically call yours whatsoever you desire. And now click on continue. And the first step is to disable Google Analysis. Disable that and click on create project. Okay, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time to create depending on your internet connection speed. Okay, wait for this. Finishing up. And okay, now we can click on continue. Okay, great. And over here you can see we have the integration for Apple, we do have for Android and for web. And for now, we're going to be integrating for the Android. So click on this. And over here you can see it's asking for the Android package name. And in order to have more details about this, what you can just do is click on this, and you're going to see this test over here, and it says your application, sorry, not application, your package name is generally the application ID in your app level build.gradle file. Now, what we have to do is to go back to our VSC code and then 100, and you can see we have this app folder over here, and within the app folder we have this src folder, and we do have the build.gradle file. Okay, and scroll down, you can see now we have this application id, and default it is set to com.example and then the name of your project. And what we can do is we can make this unique. So instead of this example, we can get rid of this, and instead we're going to use our name. Okay, Macaulay famous, and maybe yours is going to be Peter and the project name, or Paul and the project name. Okay, and now we just have to copy this and paste. Okay, great. And over here, the next field we have is the app nickname, and you can see this is optional. So really, I'm not going to be passing any nickname for this app. And the next field we have says debug sign-in certificate SHA key. And also it is optional, but it is only optional if you just want to use the email and password authentication. But currently for this app, we're going to be able to sign in user using the Google sign in and also the phone number. And you can see it is required for dynamic links and Google sign in or phone number support in auth. Okay, so in order to be able to use phone authentication and Google sign in authentication, we have to pass in the SHA-1 key. Now to get more details about this, you can just over in this, and we can then open this link in a new tab. Okay, and scroll down. And in order to get this key, you can see we have the documentation for Mac/Linux, and we also do have for Windows. So you can basically just choose your OS. And currently I'm on Linux, so I'm going to copy this. And now we can open, first of all, we can just use Ctrl S to save. Now we can open a new terminal and paste this over here. Yeah, paste. And it's going to ask for a password. Okay, you can see enter your keys to password. Now to get the password, we have to go back to the documentation, and you can see the Keystone utility prompts you to enter a password, which it just did. for the keystore, the default password for the key for the debug keystore is 100. So we then have to copy this 100 over here and then paste it. Okay, great. And now you can see now we have the SHA-1 key. We also do have the SHA-256, but currently we are wholly interested in this for now. Okay, copy that. And back to the integration section, we then have to paste this over here. Okay, and you can see the debug signing certificate SH1 key must be 40 as characters. And the reason for this is because we have some extra space. So get rid of that and click on register app. Okay, wait for this. And we're having these errors because I've done this before. And what I can just do is I'm gonna change my package name, but really you're not gonna have this issue. The reason I'm having this issue is because I've done this before. Okay, I'm just gonna say Macaulay or maybe Maclay. Maclay. And get rid of this. Okay, and click on register app. Waiting for this. Waiting for this. Okay, seems good. But you're not gonna face that. So you're just gonna see this immediately. And now we have to download this Google service, the JSON, okay, and get rid of this. And this is it over here. Just gonna go to another file to make sure it's already available. Okay, wait for this. And it wants us to paste this within the app level. Okay, within the app level. Okay, I'm just going to cut this because this is basically unique to that project. So we do not want to conflict this with another future Google Dash Services JSON file we're going to be downloading. Okay, so cut. Make sure you cut that so it does not conflict with your future project. Okay, desktop, and I'm going to search for Maclay Multi-Store. And now we have this. Okay, we have to go to Android, and it wants us to paste this within the app level, that is within the SRC, okay, and be the Gradle. Paste this over here, and now we have to click on Next. Okay, great. And over here you can see add the plugin as a build script dependency or to make the Google service.json config values accessible to Firebase SDKs, you need the Google Service Gradle plugin. Add the plugin as a build script dependency to your project level build Gradle. Okay, it's asking us to add this to the project level build Gradle and not the app level. So, and this is the line it wants us to add, so we can copy this. Default, this lines are already there, but this line is not there. So it wants us to add this. Okay, this is the app level, and this should be the build, the project build Gradle. And we just have to paste this right over here within the dependencies, class path, and this. Okay, you can see we do not have any other class path. So it wants us to paste this right over here. So you can just use this to memorize it. That is this class path. Okay, use Ctrl and S to save. And this is basically all we need to do over here. So now we have to scroll down to this. And it wants us to add this line. Default, this line is already there in our code. So now we can copy this. And it wants us to go to the app level Gradle. You can see app model and build Gradle. So this is the app model and this is the build Gradle. And over you can see we have this apply plugin. What we have to do is to create another apply. Make sure the spelling is correct. Apply plugin. Okay, have this and paste this. And now get rid of this ID. Okay, great. And the last step it wants us to add is this over here. Okay, import. Okay, import the Firebase boom and copy this. and scroll down again, and you're gonna see these dependencies, and we have this implementation and pages OI. Okay, seems good. And one last thing we have to do, you can see we have the minimum SDK version. What we have to do is to get rid of this and say 21. I think default it is set to 19, so you just have to use something much more higher than 19. Probably you can just go with 23, but I think 21 will also do the job. And this is basically everything we need to know to integrate Firebase, or this is basically all we need to do to integrate Firebase. And we have to use Ctrl and C to, Ctrl and S to save. And if your app is still running, it is required you stop your app from running. And then after stopping your app from running, you can then run your app again. Okay, seems good. And hopefully we're not going to be able to face any errors. Sorry, before then we can just click on next. Okay, go to console. And hopefully we are not going to face any errors, but if we do, in the next lecture, we are going to be able to sort that out.